Well, hello guys, Pokeplay, and today I'm back for another Wi-Fi battle, and this Wi-Fi battle is against TPL723, aka the Finman, I believe, and it is a really cool guy from Greece, and it is an amazing guy, so you should definitely check him out. He does more higher tier stuff, so if you like that, go ahead, and I will leave the link of his channel in the description below. So today we've got a UU battle, as you guys can see, and I've brought a pretty... mixed team. Mostly RU, UU-ish, a few UU, RU stuff, but it's still a cool battle. And it's good to see some higher tier stuff on my channel as well, because I always bring lower tier stuff. So now I knew he would probably lead off with the Meowshout, so I led off with my Steel type, my Escavalier, beautiful shiny in my opinion, it's one of the best, and he goes for the U-turn right now. And I just went for the knockoff because I knew he would actually switch out, because he wouldn't stay in, because otherwise I would have gone for the Iron Head and it would have killed him probably. So I went for the knockoff. Don't do that much to this what's its name again, to this fortress, and I knock off his Rocky Helmet. So that's a fortress because I needed my Escavalier at a good amount of health. So right now I switch into this thing and he goes for the Stealth Rocks, well, because that's all fortress actually do. And right here I predicted him to switch out, but he decided just to stay in, predicting me to predict that, which was a very nice play. He made some really good plays, so that's probably... you'll see the result in the end. So now I go to my Galvantula, knowing that I would be able to kill him with an hidden power fire, because this is my Specs Galvantula, but he goes for the explosion. So that is a pretty bad start, because he got up his rocks, he got one kill on my Pokemon, and I got rid of my Specs Galvantula, which is pretty good. I haven't used it quite yet, but I know it's gonna be good because I've run well, Specs Thunder is nothing to mess around with. So now I go into my Undead, predicting him to bring back out the Meowshout, but he brings in the Chandelure, which is a problem. So I have to switch it to my Assault Vested Goodra to take it. And I actually do take the Flamethrower because he predicted me to switch out into something else, probably the Escavalier, if I must guess. So now he switches out once again, goes into the Lady Gaga, and this is a problem. I absolutely hate Florges. Especially defensive, because it's so hard. But I did go for the Earthquake, which does quite some damage, but I'm not physically offensive at all. I'm probably calm nature. This is just one physical move I run just for the sake of it. And it kind of worked out. And it is just for some specific poke. So now he switches out and goes into the Hydreigon, as I went for the... oh, he predicted my switch. I don't know what happened, but right here predicted me to switch out, I think, and I just decided to stay in and go for the Earth Power to predict him to switch out. No, I think I just went for the Mega Horn, but I missed, unfortunately enough. So right here my opponent goes for the Scald, and luckily enough he does not get the burn, and I can go for the Drill Run, because that's a really cool move on Escavalier, and do an amazing amount of damage to my opponent. Get a crit. That was a crit, right? I can't really see, but I think it was a crit, and it's probably fair because I've missed my Mega Horn, and I think after a Mega Horn and a Drill Run would have done the same damage. So right now I go into my Milkshake. This is my Banded Miltank, and go for the Double Edge. It's a really cool mon. It's better in NU, of course, but I wanted to try it out because I haven't tried it out quite yet, and I do really like it. So that's a kill for my Milkshake. So now he goes into Noodles, his Meowshout, and I predicted him to predict me to switch out and go for the knockoff. So I decided to stay in, go for the Double Edge. So that's 2 kills for Miltank. Pretty cool. Oh man, I'm really glad that happened actually. So that means my Milkshake is down from recoil, but that's fine. He got to kill 2 Pokemon. And that was a good result. So now my opponent goes into Lady Gaga, the Florges once again, as I just go into my Infernape. And right here, this is the overprediction of the game. He knew that I would overpredict once again, go for the U-turn. But if I would have killed him right here, I would have probably been able to win the match. But unfortunately, I overpredicted, and that was crucial. Ah, man, oh man, oh man. So now I go back out into the cafe because, well, knowing that I can take Moonblast, I'm not especially defensive, so I can't take it that well, but I will be able to take it kind of. Not very great, but my opponent also gets the special attack drops, which is kind of harsh, because that means my Hex Will-O-Wisp combination won't do anything. It would have done anything either way, but now it doesn't do anything anymore. So now my opponent goes for another Moonblast to try and kill me, but that's not the case, and I go for the Pain Split to get my health back and to lower his health a little bit. So at this range I know I can take one more, but I decided to Hex at this point, I believe. Not totally sure what I did, but I'll see that in a second. He decided to Wish Off because that's all Florges do. Well, you can run Chlorophyll, but Wish is probably just better. So now I went for the Hex, which is an absolutely bad play. I should have just gone for the Will-O-Wisp. It would have done more. I just wanted to see how much it did, and it did absolutely nothing. It is 60 base power, but it did absolutely nothing after 2 special attack drops and Florges being an especially defensive beast. So now I go into my Infernape, knowing that I can take at least one Moonblast, because I am indeed a fire type, which resists the fairy type moves, which is good. But looking at that, he must have had at least a little bit of special attack investments, because he does so much damage with those. So now he goes for the Protect, predicting me to well, just checking what I will lock myself into, because I know that he knows that I'm locked. So now I predict him to switch out into the Chandelure, because it probably has Flash Fire. That's what most Chandelures run. And my opponent, let me see real quick, my opponent indeed switched out into the Chandelure, which is great. So now I'm able to kill it, maybe, but probably not. So right now I just went for the Sludge Wave, knowing that he would switch back out into the Lady Gaga. And Sludge Wave do absolutely, well, it does a fair chunk, to be honest. And I get a poison, which is cool, because it would not have done that much. So I'm sure that he is at least a little bit specially attack invested, because I don't think a fully specially defensive Florges would have taken that poorly. Well, it's not poorly, of course, but most Florges tend to take all those kind of hits. So now I decide to sack off my Undeath, because I needed something to switch in on this Florges, which is my Infernape. But the problem in this battle was that my Infernape didn't run anything to hit the whatchamacallit with, to hit the Chandelure with, because I run Mag Punch, U-turn, Close Combat and Flare Blitz, and because Chandelure is Flash Fire, I totally can't hit it. The only move I can hit it with is U-turn. So that is a real problem. So now I decided to go for the Sludge Wave, hoping that it will kill, but unfortunately enough it doesn't, and he goes for the Wish once again, which is a bummer, of course, because that means that I've got to stay on once more, and it's just such a pain. I should have sped up this battle, in all honesty, but I didn't. I forgot about it. So that's a problem, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. So now my opponent goes for the Protect, of course, because that's what all Florges do. Wish Protect, Aromatherapy, Moonblast, or Wish Protect, or Wish Protect, Toxic, and Moonblast. That's just what all Florges do, but I do like to see a especially offensive Florges, because it has a kind of a cool move who it learns grass type moves, fairy type moves, psychic type moves, even for the poison types, and you can run a HP ground for for the ground steel type. So it could be a cool Pokemon, but unfortunately enough it isn't, and my opponent actually decided not to wish again, which is very nice because that would have made the battle even longer. So now I go for the Earthquake, maybe predicting his thing to come in, this Chandelure, but I knew the Earthquake would kill from that range. So now my opponent goes into the Malevolent. That's the Hydreigon, and this is actually a physical Hydreigon. After Messi told me that it's a choice banded Hydreigon, so that's pretty cool to see. I always wanted to try it out. And now I go into my Infernape. Because I'm Scarfed, I am able to kill this Hydreigon, but unfortunately enough there is still a Chandelure in the back. So that means it is a 1-0 victory for my opponent, but it was still a very good match, and I was glad to see these pokes actually work for me. So now he goes into the Chandelure, and I can't hit it with a close combat, and he goes for the Shadow Ball. He was actually a Scarf Chandelure, so that's, well, it is cool. And now I'm going to run Stone Edge on this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Check this guy out. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more high tier battles, challenge me on Twitter. I will leave the Twitter link on both. And then I'll see you guys in my next video.